So no doubt that shipping, as all industries, have to play his own role to diminish emissions. We talk about carbon emissions, or talk about sulfur, about nitrogen oxide, or we talk about organic compounds. So all these regulations are coming, and in a very short time. But the most costly for shipping is sulfur regulations, which is coming, as Chia said, as well, 2015, from the 1st of January. Depending on outcomes, on the impact on these regulations, we could expect the new eco zones would be announced in the coming years. And what we think, what the Chia as well said, that some lines already shut down, and it might be that from the especially in the end of 2015, some other lines have to be closed as well for the simple reason that they cannot compete with land transport. And we just, how to say, predict that the lines which could be very easily replaced by land transport could be, how to say, closed for this reason, that competition, how to say, very tight from the land transport. And if you look to Lithuania ports, so actually I'm just counted that 80% of the cargoes moving within a SECA area, so meaning that about all cargo would be affected definitely, and in very costly method. What the consumers have to pay if these regulations will be enforced, and as well ship owners decide that all money have to pay, or all bill have to pay by the consumers. But generally we have about 30 million euros have to pay for the consumers, meaning that I don't know how the shipping clients will act, because all depends on the market situation as well, but we can, how to say, not hope that all this bill will be, how to say, passed to the consumers, but part of this bill will be taken by shipping clients as well. And the price, what we use now, we have a chance to use fuel oil, as well as low sulfur fuel oil, and you see the difference between gas oil and fuel oil is about $300 US per ton. And there is always option here, especially in Lithuania, what transport mode should be taken, or what transport mode should be in priority. And you see that we are, as maritime business, have very tough competition from the land transport, meaning that even only 20% of the total export is going by maritime transport, on 60% imports coming as well by maritime transport. But we have somehow to improve these figures, but this regulations completely might change situation. Even now we have about, very roughly in our estimation, about 200 euros difference in favor in the road transport, meaning that some cargo forwarders or cargo owners, they was usually taking a land transport for the reason they're cheap. But some cargo owners deciding, okay, we will take a shipping line because our trucks are staying idle, our drivers are taking a rest. So, but 200 euros is quite acceptable for cargo owners and forwarders. So meaning, what happens if we will put, for example, 100 euros more? So it's difficult to predict. And of course, our situation very much depends on the Poland. You know, if you just many times using to go to Warsaw, for example, from Vilnius, you should take about more than 6 hours for 400 kilometers. So actually, we already now have about 5,500 trucks crossing Lithuania-Polish border. And what happens if we will add, for example, 500 more? So, and what are thinking Polish government were thinking about road construction from the north to the south part, and as well from the Warsaw to the East Germany, and as well to connect this south part of Poland. And nobody talk about increasing capacity for this road. And that's good for the shipping so far, because we have some advantage in this respect. So, and what Poland thinking, you see they planning for the next frame, financial frame, to put more funds to reconstruction of a railway network. So there's a few only options to comply with the new regulations. So the first, simple, don't sail within the ECA region. And now the time being, we notice that companies who has already, how to say, all the ships, they are relocated to other regions. And the Klaipėda-Zacinis line as well was shut down for the reason just to deploy ships in the more profitable lines. And even the DEVDES group as well, they're thinking to relocate more ships to the Black Sea, and we will see that only in coming years in the Baltic states will be more cleaner ships remaining in this region. So the second option, to use the gas oil instead fuel oil, and as I mentioned previously, it's only question of a price, 300 so far US dollar more. And then to install scrubbers and to use LNG for steaming. So actually 4 options, and what's the situation now, what the shipping making. So as usually you can see our playing games or whatever. So but situation is very hard because information is very sensitive, even to disclose for the competitors what we now a little bit observe that Viking Line is going just to maybe to go to LNG sector for proposal. I mean, DEVDES group thinking about installing of scrubbers, Stena Line thinking about methanol. So, but most of companies are not, how to say, loudly saying, yes, we will go by this direction or by this direction. So actually there is many reasons why shipowners still, how to say, not thinking, but not making a final decisions. This most important, of course, situation of the shipping in general. So the shipping is in how to say, still in negative profitability, let's say, and there is no funds. As we joke, we belongs to the banks, not to our own policies. So actually, all depends sometimes on the banks' influence instead to make our business much more quicker. And as well, new regulations which will come, of course, with instead of sulfur, or we know NOx requirements, and as well carbon emission. So that should be taken in account. Of course, to predict some trading areas where your ships are going to trade, actually in the inside or outside ECA area. So that should be as well taken in account. If you decide, for example, to build up, to install scrubbers, so you should take an account that you will lose some cargo space. Actually, it will be some requirements for maintenance of your installation. And of course, the bunkering for facilities as well should be taken in account. So, but very important, the charterers view, what they are thinking about. If your vessel, let's say, installed with a scrubber or she's used LNG, so what they are thinking about. And of course, it's very important port taxation, because, for example, if you install scrubber, your gross tonnage will increase, and the most European countries, ports are using taxation based on the gross tonnage. So actually, so you will be green, yeah, so actually pay more. So what the impact would be, or just to showing the slide that in the beginning, especially in the beginning during 2015, only small percentage of ships going to something to install. I meaning to have a proposal with LNG or to have install some scrubbers. So actually, this most of the ship owners will use the gas oil instead fuel oil. So that's its reality. And we estimate that cargo freight for transport demand will fall, especially that will be, how to say, affected cheap products, meaning peat moss or wood chips. So that will be, how to say, not reasonable maybe to even to ship to other countries. What are European Commission or even European Parliament thinking about? You know that in 2011 a first toolbox was announced, and then now we have 2013 publication, and nothing interesting. Actually, if you look for the different resources or funding for the shipping, or we talk about motorways of the sea, or we talk about Marco Polo programs, they are more or less related with the studies, or final beneficiaries are port, meaning just infrastructure holders, owners. So, but with some strict regulations indeed to get the money for a shipping company. Actually, when I talk with the FDS group, they said, all right, so we never expect that will be funded. Now we have not any experience for that even. So what we are just want exactly that European Commission of funds have to be addressed primarily to ship owner, not just to think about that port infrastructure, to think about that maybe some, for example, waste making the problem for the ports, and we will support. Actually, we think that ship owner have to stand by in the first line, and of course, we should be some conditions to apply for the funding. We can talk about maybe vessel have to be deployed for at least 3 years in the region. We can talk about some sectors, or especially which will be affected, negative affected. We talk about container ships, or we talk about RoPax, ro-ro vessels. So they have to be indeed in the first line. So we just thinking that 50 or at least 50% of funding have to be designed for installing scrubbers, and 20% for LNG, who is thinking about to build up. Because nowadays what we had, so actually Norwegians were pioneers in this business, but actually if you will take some figures, you know that they are financed partly by NOx fund. So actually, so. And the last slide, you know, he's opening some possibilities for Lithuania. and as well as for the whole shipping sector. We are going to build LNG terminal, which will be, as we believe, will be opening next end of the next year. And the ship is already, how to say, on float. Actually, will be delivered according schedule in September, October next year. And now is going some under construction for pipeline, jetty, and we believe that will be everything is time, and that is opening some possibilities for a LNG break bulk business. And we talk about industry, or we talk about shipping. So I believe that sometimes that LNG maybe will be, how to say, in priority in our minds. Thank you very much.